Welcome, Jet fans, to another episode of Jets Life Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony, accompanied by my co-host, Dominic.
What's up, people?
And we got a lot to talk about here. The Jets are 0-7 after another loss, another no-show by the offense. Defense showed up for the second straight week. Granted, it's against an opponent the Panthers came in hot, sure, but they're still the Panthers. They still have Bryce Young for their quarterback, or at least for half the game they did. And this friggin' Jets offense let us down again after the defense basically put the team on their back. Dom, talk to us. Like, what the hell is going on with this offense? And what's next?
I don't even know where to begin with that. I mean, we could start off, of course, with our Justin Fields. Hasn't been the same quarterback since week one. Struggling almighty. I mean, this guy is just struggling all the way. He holds on to the ball too long. And how many sacks yesterday? 5 sacks they had. 5 sacks, 9 sacks the week before. It's becoming a complete mess. He looks like Zach. He's just Zach Wilson with wheels. That's all it is. And we're not even seeing the wheels. For some reason, they're not even calling him to run anymore, which is another thing, But, yeah, it's pretty embarrassing. I give credit to the defense. They did stop that powerful run game that Carolina came into the game with. I know they gave up, 79, 80 yards to Dowdle. Chubb Hubbard under 40 yards. So they kind of held that down.
They gave up 300 yards on offense, but, it's crazy. They ran 70 plays on us, too.
First down after first down.
The problem is the defense can play as good as they want, and at some point in time, the bubble's going to pop. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what happened at the end of the first half. The Jets got the ball with under 2 minutes left, and had to go 3 and out, punted the ball. When you get the ball in 2 minutes in your hands, you need to finish the half with the football in your hands. You don't give it back. Especially when I think Carolina started with the ball in the second half too.
They did.
That's more of a sense of urgency. We need to keep this ball in our hands. We need to control this clock, whatever, and either score points or go into the half without giving the ball to the other team. And in this case, punt the ball away, and Bryce Young brings them downfield, and they're able to get the ball into the end zone. Go up. At that point, I think it was 13-3, and 13-3 against this team is 4-0 for anybody else.
It really is. It really is.
It's crazy. We've gone 2 weeks now without scoring a touchdown. This offense just hasn't scored an offense a real touchdown, I would say, since week one. I just don't know if I've seen real offensive play. They scored plenty of garbage time touchdowns. That's what I've been saying for weeks. That Tampa game was such a mirage. It was so fake. They got back into the game because Todd Bowles basically played some prevent defense. The Miami game, that was and I was joking on my other podcast about how at some point in this year you're gonna hear broadcasters at the end of the year being oh, the Jets, they're 0-15, but they played 10 one-score games. It's they're gonna throw that to give that false sense of hope going into next year. But when you look at the context of these one-score games, none of them have felt close except for the game against Pittsburgh. And this one as well. It was 13-6 for how long? I think it was I think the Jets kicked that field goal with 12 minutes left. Maybe it was in under 10 minutes in the fourth quarter. And you just never had a doubt they weren't going to. I thought the Jets had a better chance of coming back and kicking 3 more field goals than scoring a touchdown to win the game. It's unreal.
It really is. And honestly, we're at that point, almost third week of October. Actually, we're in our third week of October. I've never, ever, except for the year with Gase, we started 0-10 that year, 0-11?
0-13.
0-13. And, that was a pretty bad year. But, if you look at their record right now and the games remaining, where are they winning a game? You tell me an opponent that can actually they all have the Jets as a W on their calendar. It's all right, we got this game. But like we played the Patriots twice. They ain't winning. We got to
I'll go through it right now. Bengals in Cincinnati. I mean, the Bengals defense is terrible, but that offense with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and we're probably not going to have Sauce this game because of the concussion. So good luck covering those two guys. I'll say Stevens is playing better, but Zaire Thomas gave up that long pass play to kind of steal the game last week. So I got to see something better out of him. But going up against T. Higgins, Jamar Chase is probably not the ideal situation for a rookie. Then you come out of the bye, you got the Browns, not that outstanding defense. I mean, this Jets defense can't score points against friggin' anybody at this point in time. You're gonna go head to head with one of the best defense in the league. We are home that game, so I mean that gives us a slight something. But I mean, they'll have 2 weeks to prepare for that game. But I wouldn't give that much grace. Then you go into Thursday Night Football in a short week to play the Patriots. Then you got the Ravens. Like you're literally talking Falcons after that, and the Falcons can run the hell out of the football. And that defense looks good too. And plus, don't think Ulbrich is going to have some little bit of revenge on his mind. Like you look at this, you look at the schedule. We're probably not looking at a win until at the earliest December 7th when we play the Dolphins. Then you got the Jaguars after that, the Saints. Like there's probably 3, maybe 4, depending on what the Jaguars. I mean, they're a good team right now, but they also have their flaws. But the Jets going to be underdog in every game.
No, for sure.
For the rest of the year. Maybe the Saints are at home. So, the Jets are going to be legitimate underdogs in every game the rest of the way, except maybe the Dolphins, depending on what their situation's like.
The Saints game, what week is that?
The Saints game is week looks like 16.
So by then we should know more or less if we have that first pick locked up, maybe. I mean, listen, you know what's going to happen. I mean, you know what's going to happen. We suck so much we can't even lock in the first pick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We're pointing out right. I mean, listen, the Jets beat the Rams when they were 0-13. That's
the point.
And the Rams were a Super Bowl caliber team that year. I think they won the following year.
They did.
So anything can happen any given Sunday, but
not looking good.
I mean, I gotta say it. I mean, Gase was a terrible coach, but do we have – at least he had a track record of winning some football games.
That's pretty pathetic. We got to go there.
He went 7-9 his first year with the team. Granted, that was also a fake schedule, fake 7-9 because they had a pretty light schedule at the end of the year. But regardless, like the Jets aren't winning their light games this year. They're not winning their friggin' – they're not showing up against the better opponents, whatever. Like they just literally are non-existent as a football team. They don't show up. It's crazy. And then to add more fuel to the fire, the Jets are in a situation with Justin Fields getting benched, and I mean, you got Tyrod Taylor, and the issue with Tyler Taylor is that when he's out there, he can usually play some efficient quarterback, but the first part of that statement, when he's out there, he doesn't stay out there for long. We've seen him have some weird injuries. It's like the football gods want to get him off the field. I don't know if you remember with the Chargers that he went in for like some sort of shot before the game started, and they injected him in like the wrong spot.
No
and
way.
He couldn't go into the game. You don't remember this?
That's
what led to Justin Herbert's first career start with the Chargers.
Oh my goodness!
Was Tyrod Taylor supposed to start?
Wow.
I gotta look at the story here, but give me your thoughts on the Fields benching while I look that up.
I mean, definitely deserves the benching. Aaron Glenn, try to keep him in as much as he can. I mean, media was getting on him, fans are getting on him. He knew it. He knew it was time for change. Now he's debating who should I start this week. Talk to other coaches, this and that. He knows exactly what he needs to do. Tyrod Taylor comes into the game. I mean, he's going to be a starter from here on in. I'll tell you something. I wouldn't be mind seeing that kid Cook start. I mean, listen. We're at that mode here now. I mean, listen. What's Tyrod going to do? I mean, at least with the whole weeks of planning now. I mean, he didn't even start last week. I mean, now he could possibly spark the team a little bit. You know, their offense could run better. He's not afraid to take shots. I mean, they took a lot of shots downfield when he started coming in. You know, where Justin was not doing it. He took that one shot downfield and threw it into double coverage to Arian Smith, which another head scratcher. The play before that, wide open in a flat, he didn't throw him the ball. And he was looking his way too, nonetheless. You know, but it is what it is. Our Justin Fields expedition, I think, is over.
Yeah. So, yeah, the incident occurred when a team doctor attempted to administer a pain-killing injection, leading to the puncture. But yeah, they punctured his lung right before a game was about to start.
I do remember this.
Yeah. I thought it was his lung, but I didn't want to give up fake news. But yeah, I just looked it up. Yeah, that's
crazy.
If that's the football god's not telling you that you're not playing football today, I don't know what the hell is. That doctor got fired probably, I would assume.
Oh, 100%. Hey, you brought Tyrod to the Jets.
But yeah, Justin Fields getting paid. The one downside of Tyrod Taylor, Jets should keep him around because when he's there, you know that usually means something good's coming right behind him.
Absolutely.
So he was the starter for the what's it called? What do you want to call him? The Bills.
Yeah, Josh Allen.
Josh Allen came right behind him. Baker Mayfield. Although I gotta look that again because I know he was a starter because he started that game against the Jets where Baker came in and led a 17-point comeback. But Josh Allen was the same draft class. So maybe he was there the year before and then left when they drafted a quarterback. I don't remember who was starter going into that year. But I know that some of that's fake news as far as the Josh Allen thing. But he was definitely the Bills quarterback the year prior. And then you got the Justin Herbert the following year.
And hopefully this year we pave way to Mendoza or somebody like Moore. Who knows?
There's more too. I remember like looking at this.
There is a list. He's been on a lot of teams.
He's been on a lot of teams, but the team he's been on shortly thereafter found. Well, granted for the Browns, like Baker's gone, but obviously they had something there.
Yeah, true.
For a little while, but yeah. So we were just talking about Justin Fields, and I think we should talk about because we're at that point of the year where Woody Johnson finds a microphone and listen. He's going to get a lot of flack, and he probably shouldn't have said the shit he said, but let's be real. We were all thinking it. You know, this team maybe could be better if they can complete a pass. Oh my God! His exact quote was, "If we can complete a pass, if we can only complete a pass, it would look good." So just gotta complete one pass, dude. That's all we gotta do. Complete a pass.
One at a time. Looks good. One at a time.
Just one
a game. One game. The next game.
Pass. Two. One pass the rest of the way, and it looks good. One pass the rest of the way, it looks good because we're picking first overall for sure. If we can't complete a pass the rest of the way, oh my God. That was one of his quotes. And then the other one was like, I gotta look this one up. I don't know what the heck this guy's problem is, but he kind of gave Aaron Glenn a lot of assurances in this press conference, which is a little alarming for me for obvious reasons on the whole thing. But I gotta look up his quotes here.
I mean, while you're looking up the quotes there and all that, I mean, Woody Johnson's going to be Woody Johnson. You know, he's going to get involved. It's his team. I honestly don't have any whatever he said was the truth, and that was it. He's just speaking his mind, you know? I mean, is he a great owner? Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? Do we want him out of New York? Absolutely. But he is our owner, and if he wants to say his quarterback sucks in so many words, because that's what he was trying to say, but it was trying to hide it.
It's hard when you have a quarterback with the rating like that. If you look at any head coach with a quarterback like that,
oh my God,
you're gonna see similar results.
Dude, that's
if we can just complete a pass, it would look good.
You know, if I were Justin right now, I'd be like, all right, screw it, man. I got 30 million guarantee coming. I don't give a shit.
Garrett
Thank you,
Wilson
Jets, for paying me.
or Justin Fields, yeah.
Yeah.
Garrett
He
Wilson
ain't
needs
getting
a
another contract like that
man.
ever again. Thank you, Jets.
Garrett Wilson needs a friggin' quarterback, man. This guy's like
waste of talent, dude.
This guy's gone to the Holocaust of quarterback. It's fucking ridiculous.
I don't need a quarterback. We need a number 2 receiver. There's a lot the Jets need, man.
Well, no, I'm saying for fucking Garrett Wilson's sake, the guy's an outstanding player. And I mean, granted, I feel like the Justin Fields thing was more of like a to keep him happy type of thing.
Yeah, but smile on his face.
No, I don't know if he's smiling right now. But
he got his $100 million contract, so it can't be too bad, can it?
I mean, it can't be terrible, but I think it still wants to have fun.
He does.
Can't be fun fucking playing for the Jets, man. It's friggin' ridiculous.
Like, when does it end? Like, seriously. Like,
when you find a quarterback and then you find a coach, that's when it ends.
I mean, the way it looks. All right, we go on to the next thing because I know that topic is coming.
Yep. Cue the music.
Yeah.
So Woody Johnson gave a little bit of a positive assurance. I couldn't find the exact quote there, but basically, like, kind of reiterating that, like, and he said something along the lines of like he gives Aaron Glenn a hug every week.
He loves him.
Tell him I believe in you. Whatever. Okay, this is like getting kind of awkward. But what's the Aaron Glenn's return meter scale at the moment? Because I wouldn't say it's friggin' like at a 1, but I mean it's
low.
It's getting hot.
So to me, you know what it comes down to? It really comes down to, you know, what do the Jets want? Like, for instance, I mean, us fans want to win. We don't know that. Do I see them firing him after 1 year? Probably not. I really don't see it. This is going to be a situation where, honestly, I mean, they paid him for 5 years, like $50 million for 5 years or something like that, 10 a year. I mean, so that's one thing that has a lot to do with it. Now, Aaron Glenn, his style of football is so 80s and 90s. It's not today's football, man. It's different. This whole physical thing needs to get away. You know, it's over with. And hold on one sec. And as far as you know, the way I think he's coming back for sure. But I mean, if Aaron Glenn meter scale, I mean, it's got to be sitting at 3.5, 4. I mean, because there's no other way. I would think it'd be more than that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how comfortable are you with him returning?
How comfortable am I with him returning?
Yeah.
Personally, is like 0. I don't even put it 1 to 10.
I know you wouldn't.
I don't think he should be returning, honestly. Like, I mean, there has got to be some drastic, like, improvements. Like, watching the game last week, I literally said to myself, like, okay, like, he's going to be back next year, but if this is, like, the results you're getting, like, team-wise, like, I don't think the team looked like crap last week. Offense obviously definitely did. But I think a lot has to do with the quarterback play, and that's more the issue there. Like, if we got the results and the effort that we got this past week out of the team the rest of the way, I feel a little bit better about going into year 2 of Aaron Glenn. Doesn't mean I'm confident. I'm literally like grading him on a curve at this point in time because I know he'll be back next year. Not because, oh, wow, he had a really good game against Panthers. No, I don't think he had a great game against Panthers. I just don't think he's looked as idiotic. Did he have his blunders? Yeah, he did. Like, going into the half without doing something at the end of it with time out in your pocket. Again, can't keep doing this shit. That's like he did it 2 weeks in a row. Yeah, he did it against Denver. And then the part about it too is like his situational awareness, which is kind of weird from being from a former player. His situational awareness is very like it's odd. Against Denver, like after the game, he was asked about, oh, why didn't you kick the field goal? And his response was something along the lines of like, oh, how long was that field goal? Like 64, 65 yards? That looks bad. It looks bad because you can't, like, you're telling everybody You made a critical decision on a game-winning or game-losing play without knowing all the information. Like, how do you know that Nick Folk couldn't kick the field goal if you didn't even know how long the field goal was?
Yeah, true.
Like, does he have it in his back pocket that Nick Folk hit a 58-yard field goal a few weeks before that and had room to spare? Like, he had the leg for it. And then this one, like, you know, like after that game, I wish I had a timeout in my pocket. I could have just called a Hail Mary. And then he's put in a situation this week with a timeout in his pocket to be able to throw a Hail Mary and just opts not to do it. And I think a lot of it has to do with his faith and lack thereof in Justin Fields, and rightfully so. But then why'd you start him this week? You had enough evidence last week based on the results in that game that he shouldn't have been starting. You know, I'll give Tyrod a little bit of like flack throwing the 2 interceptions and stuff like that. But it's different going into a game knowing you're the starter versus going into a game, you know, wondering when I'm coming in. Yeah. You're not as prepared, and as a backup quarterback, you need to be ready to roll. When, like, especially, you know, he probably had it in his mind if there was a bad first half, I'd be in there. Like, you know, he probably knew that was going on. They do talk about that stuff during the week, whatever, you know, and obviously, barring an injury, you might be in there anyway. But Aaron Glenn's like awareness in these situations is bad. Like, how are you going to teach these players like the right way of playing football if you don't even know? You know, you're not proving at the podium that you even know what's going on in some of these situations. It looks like they struck out big time, and it looks like he'll be back next year unless, you know, things just flame out.
I mean,
it's possible. We're right 0-7, and we talked about right. Like,
what would you consider like a flame out?
I mean,
like lose the team. You mean control of the team? Maybe. I mean, do you see that happening?
I don't see him losing control of the team. I think he's got enough respect, but I don't think he'll lose control of the team. I think the players do actually respect him. I don't think there's an issue there. I just think, I don't know. I think you came into this offseason playing it off like this coaching staff was going to be like outstanding, and the last coaching staff had its flaws, which they definitely did. And this team is going to be better just because of the coaching. And there's a number of quotes out there from him directly, like, you know, talking about Will McDonald. Oh, like, you know, how do you think he's going to fare being, you know, a 3-down player, considering he doesn't have the size to really be able to, you know, play on those early downs. And his response to that way back in training camp or mini camp, I think even, was, have you seen him do it before? Well, no, we haven't really seen him do it. Well, that's why. He's going to be better. We're going to put him in the right situations to do it. Well, he was put in those situations early in the season, and he didn't look like he was comfortable doing it. You know, this whole praise around the offensive coaching staff. Well, this offense looks terrible. Justin Fields isn't a great quarterback, but he hasn't looked this bad. I thought there was some upside. You know, like I wasn't expecting him to come in here and be Sam Darnold. I wasn't expecting him to come here and be Baker Mayfield. I wasn't expecting him to come here and just be that next reclamation project that turns into something like outstanding. But I was expecting for them to use his tools and have it work in their favor. They want it to be a run-heavy team. He's a running quarterback behind a really good offensive line, best offensive line that he's had to play with. And what's he turning it into? He's turning into 7-8 sacks every single game. Yeah, he's not releasing the ball. And maybe this has something to do with the fact that when he was in, and you know, I used the Chicago example. Chicago had a very bad offensive line, but they had outstanding receivers. You know, they had DJ Moore there. He was there before Kieran Hunt, but they had weapons there. I can't think of the list of names, or whatever, but they had some good weapons there. Didn't they use a first-round pick on a receiver too?
Didn't they have what was his name there? Oh my gosh, Jeffries? No, not Jeffries. Oh, they had the one receiver there. Then he got traded away. Oh my gosh, I can't think of his name. It's gonna piss me off. It's been in the league for a while, but he was there with them too.
Darnell Mooney. Oh, they brought in Chase Claypool, but he was kind of washed at that point. Trying to look at the name here. Pringle and the killer. Yeah, those all bums. It looked better on paper, I guess. But anyway, he got the ball out of his hands fast because he was able to do it. He was using his legs a little bit more, but his offensive line was just terrible and seemed like he was running for his life. Whereas that first game, it looked like he was not being forced to run as much. He was able to kind of operate the offense, get the ball out of his hands within a reasonable amount of time. He still held on to the ball for a while, but he was getting like his pockets in that Pittsburgh game were like.
I just don't understand.
He was playing on a different football field than the rest of the team because he had so much time.
I just can't believe from week one what we've seen to how bad it really is. Even with tape. Like people, I get it. People like studying the Jets and study what he is. But even with that, like you said it before, he's never looked this bad. I mean, this is the worst he's ever been in his career.
When teams have to study for the Jets, it's like a high school student studying the alphabet.
It really is. I get it.
It's ridiculous.
It's a joke. It really is. And that's what I'm saying. When does this freaking end?
But the thing about week one, though, just nobody knew. There was a lot of unknowns. Tanner Engstrand never called a game before, at least in the NFL level.
But they looked good. Field. I mean, they were running the ball great.
He's not awful, but he's not terrible either. And I'm just there are guys getting open. I mean, the problem with last week is that they have no receivers, and that's why I had no doubt in my mind they were going to lose this game. And
so, let me ask you a question. Last year, after what was his name over there? Our OC got benched.
Or what?
Rogers' boy. What was his name over there?
Lazard?
Who?
Oh, the OC? Yeah. Hackett.
After Hackett, who took over? Boyle? No. What was his name over there? You know what I'm talking about. The OC last year that took over after him. Well, anyway, long story short, you watched the All 22. Even with that offensive coordinators, players were getting open. So what I'm trying to say is like there's players always be able to get open, right? It's just our quarterbacks. Huh? Downing. Yeah, that's Downing. That's it. So the All 22, you know, when you watched it, even with him calling plays, there were players open. You know what I'm saying? So there's always going to be players open. It's just that we don't have.
You got to be open at the right time.
Yeah, we don't have the quarterbacks to freaking evaluate that shit. Mm-hmm. You know, all right, pick. Like, dude, I'll tell you, man, it's hard. It really is. This is hard. I like I said, I've been a Jet fan, watching Jets since I was like 84, 85. The Kotite year was bad. This is going to be a close one, man. This is almost there.
It's a Kotite.
Oh my gosh, that team was freaking horrible. Even Gase's 2-14 year was horrible. You know, and this is going to be there. It's going to be the top 3 of all worst Jet teams ever, man.
You know what's crazy? Like I don't know when the win is coming. Like it just doesn't. Like
I'll be honest with you. Do you even want it? Let them be embarrassed. Let them get embarrassed. No, now it's a point. Listen, it's a point. You know what? There's a point to be made here. We needed that first pick, and I don't even know if we're going to hit it. I mean, who knows if we're going to hit that? But dude, like, what the heck, man? At least get us a shot at the number 1 quarterback in this draft. You know.
And then it's about who's picking him and who's developing him. That's the next $1 million question. Because I don't know. I'm very concerned if they decide that they trust Aaron Glenn and they trust Tanner Engstrand and Muji and whoever the heck else to be the ones developing them. Because
I mean, one thing, the draft this year. I mean, the players that he drafted this year. I mean, they're starting to look pretty good. I'm not saying the whole class is great, but they got like 3-4 good players out of this, and maybe even possibly 5. I mean, we're seeing playing time. Membu's the hit.
Membu's good.
Taylor's looking good. I mean, I wish he could get the ball more, but they can't throw him the ball. I don't know why. The guy's wide open like every play almost. A third round pick is now starting. I mean, he's not starting, but he's getting reps. Malachi Moore is playing. Our kicker was undrafted. He's like one of the better kickers in the league. I mean, there's some good things to talk about. this draft class. I mean, again, these are all new players. You know, the thing is, you can't soil these players' mind with losing mentality, and that's the problem with the Jets. They have such a losing mentality. It just covers. I mean, that whole team just stinks with it. You know, it's like automatic. That whole. I don't know, man. It's just so weird. There's like a whole loser mentality that's just killing this team. You know?
Yeah, but here's the thing about this team. They don't lack talent. They have talent on this team. Their talent is underperforming, and that again, it goes back to coaching. And I don't want to make it seem like it's like I'm an Aaron Glenn hater or anything like that. Like, no, I absolutely did not hate Aaron Glenn. I like the idea of Aaron Glenn. I like the idea of bringing in a guy who was here for the good times, turned things around after he went through the bad times. Obviously, very relatable to the situation that the Jets have. But I also don't think that the Jets were a desirable landing spot. And that's something that got thrown out there a lot is that, the Jets are a desirable landing spot. Yeah, the Jets are desirable. Who wants to come in and have to figure out getting rid of Aaron Rodgers and dealing with $50 million of dead cap hit? Who wanted to come in here for a team that's got a batch of young players that you got to eventually pay? Granted, they're good players, and Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson and Jermaine Johnson, Breece Hall, but you got to make critical decisions on all these players in a short window of time to determine whether or not they're going to be here for the foreseeable future. And we got two of them locked up. Jermaine will probably be here this year unless he gets traded. And he'll probably be here next year as well, depending on the situation. But Breece Hall, we already talked about, he's getting traded. This wasn't as desirable of a landing spot as many were painting it out to be. If it was, then guess what? I mean, granted, he's from New England and they had the quarterback picked out already, so they had like two pieces of fabric their way, but it wouldn't have been as simple as him to just say no about going to New England, Mike Vrabel, that is, going to New England versus the Jets. The Jets were just not desirable. They were probably, out of all the coaching vacancies, the fourth best option, and that's just off the top of my head. Chicago and New England were probably 1 and 2, depending on how you looked at it, because they both had a young quarterback. That's the easy one. Jacksonville, I mean, I don't know about Trevor Lawrence, like what he's going to be, but at least there's something there you can work with. He's not dog shit like Zach Wilson was, and all these other quarterbacks that came out that draft. He's something you can work with. He can win some football games. What other coaching vacancies were there? I can't really. The Saints. Yeah, see, like the Jets are probably better than the Saints, but that's not even saying much. And look at the situation. The Saints have more wins than we do, and the Saints come out there with some fight. They come out there with some fight in those games. I mean, that's not looking like it's going to be as simple of a win as maybe it looked like when you walked into the season for this team. And then to add something to that is like we play on the road in that game. Unless they're in full tank mode or whatever the situation might be.
We might be the same thing.
Possibly. And that coaching staff, I think, with the amount of fight, and that's the thing too. It's not like I'm not really judging this team on wins and losses, judging it on effort and judging it on like what the hell are we seeing?
Where's the fight? I've not seen that one game where I actually thought they were going to win the game. You got what I'm saying? I mean, granted, that whole Tampa game was one thing, okay? I mean, that wasn't fight. That was just, like you said, Bowles just giving up prevent defense, and they walked themselves back into the game. But where's the fight, man? There's no fight, dude. I mean, Aaron Glenn loves fighting. I like his approach to everything, but where's the team's approach? Like, I don't see that. I don't see that. We keep on talking about Detroit when they went 1-15.
I get it.
Yeah, but where is that? Like, where is that fight? Where's our player? Where's our player to step up? Tell me, where's our player to step? What was the last player that stepped up for our team? Think about that for a second.
The last player to step up for our team?
Yeah, think about that for a second.
I mean,
in a good way, where wow, all right, holy shit, this guy's a real deal. Who's a real deal player for us? Besides Garrett, okay, who's look at Breece Hall. He's turned into crap. He's crap.
So
we're not using him right. He's crap Hall. He has not been the same since he got hurt 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely not the same, but he's gonna get traded and he's gonna look like that all over again. He'll get like a little juice rejuvenation, get into a contender. But no, I get what you're saying. I mean, there's definitely players that are putting fight out there. I'm not saying the players all suck, whatever, but you look at a game yesterday, like Detroit against
Tampa,
the Bucks, whatever.
Yeah, that was a good game until.
But you look at that game and it's like Detroit was like missing all their corners, and they held Tampa to friggin' 9 points yesterday.
That's what I mean. There's
like,
no fight,
dude. You know what's looking bad for Glenn? I think Detroit's defense might look a little bit better that he's gone than when he was there.
Like, granted, they do got like 9 of their 11 starters back this year. I mean, he did a great job with that defense, knowing that they lose like 9 out of the 11 stars, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand, but this defense, like, they were winning games because their offense was scoring 30 points a week. And I'm not saying that they get up 27 every week. I'm not saying that. They had good weeks there, but to be down, like, a big issue with Glenn was like he was able to work with like injuries and like keep the boat afloat. Like he wouldn't make things sink when he had defensive injuries, which he dealt with a lot in his last year with Detroit. But like yesterday, they had a bunch of injuries, and that secondary held their own against. And that's a good receiving room. I know Mike Evans left pretty early on, but Ibuka, who's been a monster all season long, he was bottled up by Rock Ya-Sin, and he got injured. And Arthur Millette was all over the field. Former Jet.
Arthur Millette?
Yeah, he was over there. He was all over the field. they had guys that like you haven't heard of in years, and they were flying around the football, making outstanding plays.
So my point, like, you have defensive-minded Aaron Glenn. Like, where's our defense like that? Like, all right. So you know what? I'm not even going to say that because the last 2 weeks, we played Denver in England. Then we played Carolina, who supposedly don't play. I mean, they haven't won a game on the road until they played the Jets. Fine. Okay. Mm-hmm. Next week, you know what? Big test. Defense. Here we go. I mean, now if Sauce is out, all right.
That's a tough test, though, man.
It is. But you know what? Listen, but you also got Flacco who's like 40 fucking years old. I mean, come on. Get a little heat on this guy and try to knock him out. Listen, I don't expect him to win, but I don't want to get destroyed neither.
So think about like when you like, and this is something completely different. Like the Jets were able to do this when they had an elite defense, and I'm not giving any like early excuses, but there's games you go into and it's like, all right, that team's elite on offense. If we give up 27 points, like, that's a good week, whatever, but let's try and hold them to 21. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's kind of what Cincinnati is.
Yeah.
With those receivers, I don't know if we've seen many 1-2 punches like Jamar Chase and T. Higgins in the history of the league.
I mean, let alone like Lambs and Pickett, not Pickett. What's his name over there?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, CeeDee Lamb's great. Jamar, I mean,
what's his name?
Close.
Pickens.
What?
Pickens, right?
Yeah, Pickens.
Yeah,
but I give T. Higgins a drastic, edge on Pickens. But that's a close one for this year.
Yeah.
But this is like you're talking number one receivers. Like T. Higgins was going to be a number one receiver last year. He was going to get paid like one.
I mean, he's getting paid like one now. He's making $30 million.
Like one. When he was hitting the open market, that guy was going to have a blank check written his way. To whatever extent, like he wasn't going to pay like quarterback. He got from the Bengals probably what he would have gotten on the open market, and that's why
he probably did. And he's a number 2, not even a number 1.
Yeah, I mean,
so he doesn't even get all the freaking headaches with that. You get what I'm saying?
I don't think I get headaches from it. He's been pretty quiet as far as it. But their problem is their fucking quarterback doesn't stay healthy. Freaking Joe Burrow.
Yeah, that is a problem, dude. He's every other year anyway. Next year is gonna be great. You know that.
it's so unfortunate because that guy, like his second year, like everyone talks about who's going to beat the Chiefs, who's going to beat the Chiefs, who's going to beat the
That was
Chiefs.
the team.
He beat the friggin' Chiefs.
Yeah, he did. He did.
He beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead. Then he went back the following year and lost, but still it went down to like the wire against them again. I mean, he's done something Josh Allen hasn't done. I'm not sitting here saying he's better than Josh Allen or anything like that, but
when healthy, why not? When healthy, why not? You could put him there.
Josh Allen just does different things that I don't know Joe Burrow can do.
He can't go to the Super Bowl
and stay healthy. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to bet against Josh Allen, but
no, it is. It is.
But yeah, Aaron Glenn, I just don't know, man. I think you're talking about a guy that's probably.
Hey, listen, I love the guy. I really do. I love him as a Jet. I really do. I really do hope he turns it around. Listen, I do feel like he's coming back next year, regardless of the case. Even if they go 0-17, okay, he'll be back for one more year.
I don't know about 0-17. That's embarrassing.
I think he will be. I mean, what's the difference between 1-16? How many wins? All right. So look at their schedule. How many wins are they winning? 2 at most. Am I right? Maybe if they're lucky, 3.
I mean, I still think they're going to find a way to squeak out 3 wins. I don't know where.
3?
I think they'll find a way to squeak out 3 wins.
I mean, listen, for his sake, that would be.
They're going to win a game you don't expect. They're going to, like, you know, I'm not saying they're going to beat the Browns, but because I don't think they're going to.
I mean, it's not like it's impossible.
I think it's improbable, is what I would say. The
problem is, I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem is the Jets' offense is shit. That's it.
I understand.
You score 14 points on the Jets, game over. It's over. We can't score 14 points. And that's it. We don't have playmakers.
Sometimes it just takes rhythm, though. And again, I'm not sitting here making it seem like they're going to fucking run the table and nothing like that. Sometimes it just takes rhythm. And when we saw what the Panthers, you know, they weeks 1 through 3, whatever you were talking about, Bryce Young. I at least thought, you know, this team looks like crap. Yeah, he's done. Yeah. But then they have 3 good weeks, whatever. And I'm not saying he makes him a franchise quarterback, whatever. But they've had a few weeks of scoring 30 points and are on a 3-game winning streak. Were they 4-3 now? 3-4, whatever it is.
4-3.
4-3. So, you know, sometimes you just get into a rhythm offensively, and especially as an offensive play caller, and things start working out. And maybe a quarterback change is what's needed for something like that to occur. And that's just the NFL. Like, teams have good days, teams have bad days. Are they gonna get swept by New England? Probably, but it doesn't mean they can't win one of those games. They're gonna have a major coaching disadvantage in a lot of these games, in most of these games. I don't know that there's a game you look at and you say clearly, like, oh, there's our coaching advantage. The Jets aren't going to have that. Quarterback advantage, maybe against the Saints, but Spencer Rattler doesn't look like crap. He looks pretty solid. He looks okay.
Dude, I think we got the worst quarterback in the league.
Well, I'm saying I'm assuming Tyrod Taylor is the starter the rest of the way.
He's gonna get hurt within 2-3 weeks, bro. It's guaranteed.
Yeah, I understand. But you know, until it happens, I'm just playing with house money here.
We're a phone call away from calling Brock Osweiler and Trevor Siemian as emergency quarterbacks because we're gonna be in trouble.
That was awful.
That's where we're heading to, bro. Another year of just a wasted Jet team, dude.
Remember Luke Falk?
Oh God. I think he would look better than this fucking shit.
The Jets had a game. We had a fucking quarterback and a fucking kicker.
That's funny. Falcon quarterback and a freaking kicker. I remember that guy.
Sam Ficken,
something like that. Yeah. The laces were out. But
listen, the Jets have figured out the punting situation, though. I'll tell you what. Oh my gosh. And that's the thing too. Like, I mean, the defense is playing good right now. Like,
so special teams. Now, as of late. Hold on, wait. And they only cost us 2 games, but it's okay.
Who has?
Special teams.
Well, now you got what's his face injured again? The kick returner.
The fucking guy can't stay healthy. He's got. He's get rid of him. Screw him.
Yeah, I don't know if you get. I don't know. Just not gonna sign him next year. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's not like they're in a luxury situation with kick returners that they can just let him go.
Our next podcast, we should do, honestly, how do you fix the Jets? And come up with your ideas, and I'll come up with my ideas, and we'll go on that thread. Because that's where we're coming out. Honestly, we need an 80% like flip. That whole lineup, 80% of them got to go.
Well, kind of leads to the next topic here. I don't know if we touched on that. Thought we were on it for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, let's touch one more thing before we do that. And I know it's gonna be tough, but might as well just fucking do it anyway. Since we're still sort of like loosely on the game last week, let's talk about game balls.
Oh shit!
Gotta give one every week. But,
all right. Can I go first?
Yeah.
There are 2 players. Yeah, 2 players you could give it to. Our punter, McNamara. He punted great. And you know what? For the first time, he hasn't played well all year, but Jamie Sherwood, you got to give it to him on defense. He played pretty lights out. Those are my 2 players I nominate for game ball.
You're giving 2 game balls out?
Well, those are the 2 I would nominate. Now, who do you have as your who would you give it to?
So I would say it's definitely going to be someone on defense for me. I would go with – I gave him a lot of grief early in the year, but I think Stevens has been like – and I'm not saying he's the best player in the game, but I think he's been drastically better. Like, eons better than what I thought he was like earlier on in the
100%.
year. Do I think he's playing above his contract level? No. I still think there's a little bit of buyer's remorse there, especially consider how much guaranteed money is on that contract for the next couple of years. But I mean, he had that nice play on that corner route early in the game where he kind of baited the quarterback into throwing it. Almost came down with a pick, got a hand on it. I mean, that would have been outstanding interception, but he doesn't catch the football. But solid play overall. This defense as a whole has just been turned it around last couple of games. I don't know if it's the opponents they played. Again, Carolina's no, Buffalo Bills. They're no Kansas City Chiefs. Denver, you got to wonder if it had something to do with, a little bit of a jet lag situation playing in London. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different factors. But the thing about it is, like, you can also say that after the first couple of weeks of the season with how poorly they were playing. Is it just because, you played Aaron Rodgers, who had a little bit of, revenge on his mind? Then the following week you played Buffalo, but then you saw it kind of creeped into Tampa. It continued with Miami. Like, that's when you start getting a clearer picture. If this defense has a good game against Cincinnati and Cleveland moves it forward, then you can say maybe they turned the corner. Maybe they figured it out from a play calling standpoint. But yeah, gotta give my props to what the defense is doing. Now let's do the dunce cap of the week. What guy on this team do you give the weekly dunce cap to?
Oh my god, dude! Oh, you know what? Does it have to be a player?
I was saying it could be a player, it could be a coach, it could be a GM, it could be the owner, it could be the water boy. This
one, I'm going to give to Muji.
Muji?
Yeah, and I'll tell you why.
Everyone stinks.
Huh? No, just for this game. And you know what? This game was pure because almost everybody knew going into this year, going back since January, after last year, January, February, we needed another receiver. Yeah. And dude, bro, we got outside of Garrett Wilson, or we got Reynolds, Lazard, bro, you can name that squad. They're not even a 4 or a 5 starter on most teams. Okay, we're talking about guys that are ranked number 2, 3, and 4 on our team. Dude, they're clueless out there. I feel like they're just running out there just to like take a spot on the field. Bro, they are horrible. This is horrible. So that's who I give my dunce cap to.
It's a dunce cap.
I'm calling it.
You know the thing where you go in the corner, the dunce cap?
I know. I'm calling it a douche cap. But that's the dunce cap is definitely Muji on that one. What you thinking?
Is this what you wanted to say?
Yes, douche cap. Douche cap. Let's call it a douche cap.
All right. So I give the douche cap to, and it's got to be Justin Fields.
Yeah, I mean, he was on my list.
Yeah, that's the obvious answer.
I mean, you know what?
The thing is, like, that trifecta is literally like not looking great. Again, I know Muji, whatever, blah, blah. Some of his players look okay, but you know what? Like, do they really though? Like, yeah, Membu looks solid. He was a first-round pick. You got to hit him. I get it. Mason Taylor looks okay, but they're not even using him the way I feel like they should be using him. This Carolina has all season long played terribly against tight ends. And like Mason Taylor, like there was nothing there. And let's be real, Mason Taylor was probably your wide receiver one going into this week because who the hell else do you have going out there? And what was his final stat line this game? Like
3 catches. 3 catches,
30 yards.
Horrible.
An okay game, but when he's your number one guy.
Not if he's your number one guy, you're right.
Yeah,
dude, like I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like, and you know what? Everybody, I know the unit is young and it's still getting better and better and better. But dude, the last fucking 3 games, we gave up 21 sacks.
Yeah, but that's also
is it 21? The last 3, or maybe the last 4 games. The last 3 games or 4 games, 21 sacks.
So you got this game 6. Last week Ray was 9. So they're ready at 15. Pulling up what we did a week prior. So we had 15 against Dallas. It was another 5. So yeah, 3 games, 20 sacks.
20 sacks. 3 games, 20 sacks. Just think about that for a second. Okay? I understand a lot of it of saying Justin's holding on to the ball so much, blah, blah, blah. You know what? I don't know what to say. I don't know. If that's the case, I don't blame them. Well, we've seen that Dallas game. I remember that, man. That guy was holding on to the ball for 6 seconds, 7 seconds.
Well, it's not. I mean, the Denver game, all but one of his sacks, he had 2.9 seconds or more to throw the football, and in some of those cases, it was like close to 8 seconds. Like that's unacceptable. And I haven't even talked about it yet. But what's up with you ever hear don't use those 2 guys' names in the same sentence or whatever the hell it is. Like, what was fucking Aaron Glenn doing at the podium talking about Justin Fields holding the ball for like 8 or 9 seconds and then referring out to like, oh, well, if you look around the league, guys like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, they hold on to the ball.
Okay, well, I mean, that's different. You know what? All right, listen. Let me ask you a question.
Lost if you think that you're seeing the same product on the field, or you're using that as a reasoning as to why Justin Fields. They also don't take 19,000 sacks a game either.
Right. But think about this also. Like if you're playing the Jets this week, what's your game plan? I'm stinging you at the corners. I'm taking the corners. I'm stinging you. Either coming on one side blind or coming in both sides. Don't give Justin Fields a chance to escape that pocket. He's in that pocket. He is finished.
Well, Justin Fields isn't playing.
No, I understand that.
I don't think he's going to be playing.
But that was the plan going into the game against the Jets. You understand? Yeah. The number one power Justin Fields has is with his legs. They took that away from him. So he has no chance to roll out to the right, to the left, make a play downfield. Because he did a lot of that in his career. He has not done that with the Jets. Because Jets don't know how to work it out, and that's it. And dude, and what happened to that guy that we traded for or picked up off of waivers, that tight end? What was his name?
Oh, you're talking about
that
Jelani Woods?
Yeah, where is he?
He was active for the last game apparently.
Oh, he was. I didn't see him out there. Did you? Did you hear his name out there?
He said he was active. I didn't say he was like.
I'm just saying, where are bro? We had no receivers this game. Where are these guys that can catch the ball?
Stone Smart. I mean,
Stone shit. Get him out. Everybody, bro. That team needs a trade deadline. Everybody needs to go. Let's go.
Okay, leads us to our next topic I feel like I clicked this a few times already, but it's definitely a topic for conversation. The Jets have one more game between now and the trade deadline, which is November 4th, Tuesday. And many of us believe that this team will be drastically different than the one we saw or one we've seen for the last few weeks. So, I mean, the obvious names that are probably gone, well, the one obvious name I would say is Breece. I can't see a situation where he's on the roster. I almost thought they lost their ability to trade this guy when he got injured in the middle of this game.
I was like, shit. Really?
I mean, didn't want to see him get injured, one, and two, if that was a situation where he's going to miss some time, does the team really want to acquire a player that's, we're in week 7 now, week 8, you're going to miss 3 or 4 games, and then we got to get you into game shape? And I mean, I guess maybe because, it's all about December and January for whoever's acquiring them. So that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. You also want to give them some time to get used to your system and stuff like that. So, but Breece Hall definitely pops out for sure as being the one. I know we talked about it a little bit last week as like a shot in the dark type of player, but I don't think the Jets are trading Quinton Williams. I think they would get the most out of him for anybody on this roster. And it'll open up some cap space for sure. But I just don't think it makes much sense to trade one of your best defensive players when your defense has been problematic for most of the season. Especially now that they've turned the corner. And I mean, the one saving grace that Aaron Glenn might have is if this defense finishes the season strong, at least you can tip his cap on the defense playing well. We just need a quarterback. And then you're sitting in the top 5 of the draft and you're able to pick your own quarterback. But what do you think about that? I mean, so far, Breece Hall, Quinton Williams.
I'm on board. It's such a hard let go too, because honestly, like I said before, Breece is not the same player he was, but he's still a solid running back. I mean, let's say we do trade him. Like we were talking about this earlier today. Like, who's our number 1 running back now? Isaiah Davis. I mean, that's our number 1. And then we got Herbert. I get it. I mean, that's what, bro. This is. I mean, honestly, you trade Breece, you're saying it's over. I mean, I know it's over anyway, but now you're tanking for real. You're tanking for number 1. The whole Quinton thing. Listen, he's been here for 7 years now, and he's been a solid player for us. No, 8 years. How long has he been here with us? Holy crap! He was mechanic.
2019, right? I think it was
7 years, 7, 8 years. Okay, so I mean, he's probably our best Jet we've had in the last 8 years. Solid player.
I'd say that for sure.
You let's say you do trade him. What are you getting? A first and maybe a 5th, maybe a 4th. But also by doing something like that defensive tackle position, bro. Oh man, it's gonna be hard to find a player to fill that role in.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we really doing there? What are we doing? So we got to draft another DT, and that's a very hard position to hit, by the way. So in the first round, so it's like, all right, we just got younger in that position, and hopefully he could like hold some level of consistency like Quinton does. It's hard, but I know, what is Quinton turning 28, 29 now?
27. He's still 27,
wow.
28 years old.
Honestly, probably honest. All right. If Aaron Glenn is running the show, he's not training Quinton. He wants Quinton. He wants to lock him up there for another 4 years.
The thing is, and this is where it gets difficult too, because does Aaron Glenn know what his fate is? Does he know he has an extra year?
I think he does.
I think so too.
I'm sorry. I want to wait real quick. Even if you would trade, all right, even to trade, okay, let's say you are to trade Quinton. First of all, you're not doing yourself any favors by trading him if you don't think you're secure. Okay.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah. So for me, Listen, him and Woody, he's got the second year. Now, I'm not telling you if he comes out next year. Let's say they draft their quarterback, and to be honest with you, I don't see the quarterback starting for at least 5 or 6 games to begin the year.
We talked about this last week. It's not happening.
Yeah, but I just don't see it, man. I can't.
Who's keeping him on the bench, though?
Dude, I don't care.
What player is keeping him on the bench?
Bring Dalton in. Bring Dalton. Bring Flacco. Bring somebody in the beginning. Dude, let me tell you something. The last time the Jets did this was Chad Pennington, and it worked. Just follow the footsteps, bro. That was Parcells.
They had Vinny.
What are you talking about?
It was different. They had Vinny Testaverde with Chad
Pennington.
Pennington.
So why? We could get an Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton's
journeyman, man.
Come on. Vinny was a couple years away, like out of the AFC Championship game.
I get it. I get it.
Looking at the future with Pennington. They saw a player that they can develop and maybe have start in 2 or 3 years. And that's exactly what happened. It worked out. When you don't have a quarterback that's like, I'm with you with a guy like Joe Flacco, potentially. Like, bring him in. At least he brings in a veteran leadership. Maybe he can hold the fort down for 2 to 4 games.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I can see that happening. Dalton, that's where I struggle a little bit. I mean, you saw him last week against us.
The speed is so much different in the NFL than college, man.
No,
and a lot of these quarterbacks are thrown to the wolves right away. And you know what? In New York, nonetheless. All right, this kid comes in here. Let me tell you something. 2 things could happen. Okay, 2 things. 1, okay, he takes off and we're good. And, bro, it's happened the last 3-4 quarterbacks we've chosen in the first round did not go that route. Okay. 2, okay, he sucks. Not sucks, but he plays like level or not like us fans are bad, man. We freaking kill our freaking players, dude. If they don't like play good, bro, the media is gonna kill this poor kid. So look at Jackson Dart. Perfect situation in the Giants. Russell Wilson started 3 games, 4 games before he came out. Boom. Perfect situation. I'm not saying 3 or 4 is enough, but I'm just saying just sitting behind, watching a game with a clipboard in your hand, understanding certain things, watching the coach call certain plays, and watching the offense move. And then you're saying to myself, every single play, like, oh, I would have done this, I would have done that. But keeping that in your head, so now when you're in that position 4, 5, 6 weeks later, gives you a better chance. It really does. And honestly, that's the route the Jets should take.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but here's I'm gonna throw some numbers at you. Okay, $35 million, Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
$22 million, Justin Fields. You have $55 million.
Wasted. Yeah, that's basically.
Tyrod Taylor is going to account for $2.5 million dead cap next year. So what are we at now? $58 million almost.
Just in a quarterback position.
Just in quarterbacks that you're not even rostered.
Well, we got Justin Fields on it. Well, I don't think he's a good rich quarterback.
And I think the Jets are in a situation where they got to keep him around next year. I mean, they can dead cap him and save some money and push it to the following year.
What's your thought of Russell Wilson? 1 year, $3 to $4 million. You think he'll sign something like that?
I don't know if he signs something like that. Didn't he sign like $20 million with the Giants?
I'm not sure. I really am not sure.
I think it was $20 million with the Giants. Maybe obviously that number goes down possibly, but he still has some stuff in there. Had a 400-yard game with the Giants. I mean,
the reason why I'm saying that only because you're right. I really do think you have to empty out the quarterback room next year. It's got to be a whole new.
Well, it's going to be empty most likely. I mean,
yeah. So even Justin Fields, I mean, they have to take that $10 million cap hit and just go. I mean, you don't want that kid stinking up the room, dude. And he's not that type of player because he's
not an asshole or anything like that. I don't think it's that. I think he stink up the room, but you're trying to play this game where you keep a veteran quarterback in the building to start a few games. Well, Justin Fields, think about it. We're talking about this in week 7 right now. Think about next year, week 1, Justin Fields comes out and has a bad game.
Oh, they're going to be calling for this kid to come out already.
He's going to be out in halftime.
I know that. And I get that. That's why you need more of just a Justin Fields. You really do need to bite that and just bring in a guy for 1 year, sign him for $7-8 million. Bring a Flacco in for $7-8 million. I get what you're saying. They have like $60-70 million. But dude, this could be you don't want to definitely do not want to stunt this kid's growth. And having somebody like a Flacco behind him for a whole year, even watching him play and just mentoring him on the sidelines means the world. Look at McCown, what he did for Darnold. I mean, that helped for a little bit until he left.
Yeah.
That's the way you got to do it, dude. I mean, that's just the way I think. Now, what happens. But trade line, who's going? Definitely Breece, I feel. I mean, other than Breece, and we were talking about Quinnen before. I mean, another name that keeps on popping up, and I can't see it happening either, is Jermaine Johnson. Really?
I don't want that. If you told me right now, gun to my head, player on the defense that available in trade, who would you get rid of? I mean, just for the sheer fact of like return on investment, I would say Quinnen before I'd said Jermaine Johnson. Quinnen, you're probably getting a first and third, first and a fourth, somewhere around there. Maybe like a first and like a next year's 2 or 3 type of situation.
Okay.
Jermaine Johnson, I don't know if a team's given you, based on his injury history and stuff like that, I don't know if someone's giving you a second-round pick for him.
That's why I wouldn't trade him.
It doesn't make sense to trade him. You have him for control next year. I think worst-case scenario, if it really comes down to it, whatever, you have at least Jermaine Johnson on the roster this year. You can explore to trade him in the offseason if you want to. Maybe off a good season if he stays healthy and stuff like that. Maybe his trade value goes up a little bit. But I don't know if it makes sense today to trade Jermaine Johnson when you have him under contract next year. That's the biggest thing too. They took on his 5th-year option. He'll be on the roster next year. If he has a good year, you could tag him the following year. And he's a leader for this defense for sure. Like
he is.
I say it so many times. Like the Jets defense took a step back when he got injured last year.
Yes, they did.
It had a lot to do with Saleh getting fired, sure. Had a lot to do with Ulbrich taking his hands off defense and having to be the head coach and taking over the offense and defense. All that is a recipe for disaster for the defense. But Jermaine going out in week 2 and thrusting guys like Will McDonald into high percentage of snap roll, Michael Clemens. It just you lost so much, not just from like a playing standpoint, but from a leadership standpoint. I think is the biggest thing. Listen, I think there's something to be said about it. This defense struggles. Having somebody in that huddle saying, "Okay, this shit's got to stop. We need to turn this shit around. We need to make a big stop here." But they lost 2 guys like that last year. They lost C.J. Mosley and Jermaine Johnson. All your 2 alpha males in their defensive line. Like who else on this defense do you look at and say, "Oh, that guy's definitely, eating his Wheaties and he's definitely one."
I don't look at Sauce like that. I don't even, even Quincy. I mean, Listen, rock solid linebacker. Oh, he's another guy actually we didn't even talk about. He might be going.
I was writing down the list, but I'm trying to do like piecemeal here. But yeah, Quincy's the next one. We can talk about Quincy since we're on the defense. That's a guy I think you can get a little bit of return for. Maybe again you're not going to get like
probably get a 4th rounder.
Yeah, and you know what? The Jets need that draft capital because they have their 1st-round pick this year, 2nd-round pick, and then they don't have another pick to the 4th round.
0 and a 3rd, yeah. They need to come up with they need to find a way to get a 3rd rounder in here. I mean, you might be able to flip Quincy, right, and a 4th for a 3rd. We need 3 picks in the top 100 again. That's what we need. Okay, we need honestly, because we're going to need a running back next year. We're going to need a quarterback, and we're going to need a receiver. Bro,
yeah, but running back can get in like the 4th round.
No, I'm done with that. I want a stud. I want a stud. I want like a Bijan. I want a Jahmyr Gibbs. Even if I have to trade up in this first round.
Picks, right?
Yeah, no, but if we have our first pick in the draft, we have the second pick. We have the first pick in the second round, right?
Yeah, but those are the top 15 picks, guy.
Yeah, but dude, I'm jumping up to get the running back.
No.
Or the receiver.
That's what I'm trading up for. Anything. But the problem is if you trade up, then you're looking at no draft capital.
Dude, but we need that 1-2 punch, bro. Bro, imagine having a quarterback and a receiver with Garrett Wilson. Let's say we are able to nail that. Another number one receiver with Garrett Wilson and the quarterback. We could always draft. You're right. We could always draft a running back in the third, fourth round, but they're not explosive. I mean, if we get lucky, they can be, right?
I mean, there's plenty of film out there. Like you can get a solid running back in the later rounds. I mean, there's plenty of running backs littered throughout the entire league.
Let's look at the top running backs right now.
Like look at Scatterboo. Scatterboo was like a 5th or 6th round pick, and he's looking pretty solid.
Where's our Scatterboo, right?
And I never understood that. That guy was an animal.
He should have been like a 2nd, 3rd rounder, right?
I mean, I get it. Like, yeah, he's not like he doesn't have like the wheels. Like he's not like the game.
He's a different running. He's a power back, dude.
But
that guy runs you over.
He's like Mike Allstott. You remember Mike Allstott?
Yeah, he's a mauler. He runs right. He says it takes more than one to take me down, buddy. He's like a Gronkowski in running backs. You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he is.
So I don't know. I never understood that, and especially late in the draft, like you're shooting darts at a wall. Like why wouldn't you shoot a dart at a wall like at a guy that like
the Jets do that, right?
This guy was an animal in college. Like he was running people over, like just like
he was a 5th round pick.
He was late.
Oh, so we took Arian Smith instead of Scatterboo.
Well, I mean.
Well, we took the whole team. I mean, whatever. Listen, I'm happy for listen, our brother Enzo is a Giant fan. Even though they lost, they should have won last week, but they lost. But you have to feel good being a Giant fan, right?
A 4th round.
Yeah, a 4th rounder. But you would have to feel good being a Giant fan.
Yeah, I mean, with that running game, the quarterback now,
everything.
Jackson Dart looks outstanding.
He does.
He's looking every bit like a franchise quarterback. I mean, that's a horrible game that they lost last week, but
I'd rather be in that position than what we're in right now.
Yeah, no, for sure. But like you look at that after all that shit happened, Bo Nix goes down, takes the lead. Don't forget that fucking Jackson Dart drove them down the fucking field to score another touchdown to take the lead back.
Take the lead. Bro, they lost with, what was it, 31 seconds left in the game or 40 seconds?
They hit a game-winning field goal with no time on the clock.
But didn't they have like 40 seconds or something like that when they got the ball back?
Who, the Giants?
So after Jackson Dart scored that touchdown, and they went
Jackson Dart, they scored the touchdown with 37 seconds left.
37. So they got the ball back with 37 seconds to go down and get the field goal.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, if you're losing games if the Jets were losing games like that all year, dude, Aaron Glenn's
doing a great job. We wouldn't be having this conversation.
100%. I'd rather be losing like that. That's what I'm saying.
Look at week 1. That's a perfect example. I thought the Jets nailed it. I was like, oh shit. The offense was outstanding. The defense had a bad game.
They punked us, bro.
Yeah, definitely got punked. But like the defense had a bad game. You're like, oh, okay. Aaron Glenn comes from a defensive mind. He'll figure the defense out. Didn't think the offense would take a crash fucking landing on that shit. And then the defense is a lot better now, but it's
question. I don't know. Have you been hearing a lot of, I mean, this is just people talking. I'm not saying anything. But that Philadelphia Eagles, their backup quarterback, what is it, McKee?
Tanner McKee? What about him?
You hear like a lot. I mean, are you hearing rumors about possibly like Jets, like any team trading for a player like that right now? And would the Jets trade for something like that right now? Supposedly, he's got the goods to be like a legit, like he could be a starter in the league.
Hmm.
I mean, right now, let's just say.
For what, though? It doesn't make sense for the Jets, though. I mean,
why wouldn't it? So, I mean, so I hear what you're saying on that. You're right. So let's just hear me out.
What's it going to cost them?
I don't know. Let's say it cost you a second rounder. Okay, or even a future second round, maybe next year's second rounder or something like that. Just hear me out for a second. Bring him in. He comes in and he starts, let's say, by the time they get him in, the next 10 games or 8 games, whatever are left. And he finds a way to win like 4 or 5 games out of the next 8, and he looks good on the field. Do you think maybe we solved our quarterback issue at that point?
You know, you're asking for that to happen, though, dude?
No, I understand that, but these are things that happen in the NFL. It's happened many times. Like these teams trade for a player, and next thing you know, look, this kid looks freaking good. And supposedly he's got some like there's some hype about this kid.
I don't know about that, dude. That's you're trying too hard for that one, I think.
They're saying if Jalen Hurts, was not on the Eagles, he'd be a starter there. For sure. They're comparing, like there was someone else was saying they compare him to like a Matt Schaub. Remember Matt Schaub?
Yeah.
Like that kind of a quarterback comes in and bro, he's just efficient. I'm just saying, in that kind of world, let's say you did bring him in there, and let's say he found a way to, like I said, win 3-4 out of the next 7-8 games. Do you think possibly we got something there?
I mean,
are you more excited about having the first pick overall and grabbing Mendoza?
Tanner McKee is not preventing the Jets from drafting a quarterback in the first round.
I understand that. I'm just saying. I mean, those are desperate moves you make, though. That's a move you can make and just fill your quarterback room. But he's going to come here and want to be a starter, though.
I mean, he's a backup. He's not going to. I mean, that's not.
That was a rumor I've been hearing out there, though. Like a lot of the podcasters are talking about it and shit. But you know what? I'm not opposed to the deal, but not for a second rounder, though. And that's probably what it's going to have to cost if you want to bring him in there. No?
If it costs a second round pick, no one's fucking paying that shit.
So maybe I wish we had a third.
Matt Castle went for a second round pick, and he put together an 11-6 season.
Yeah.
So,
I know it's unproven. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. So maybe like a third or fourth rounder. I would throw a shot at it. Why not?
So I think the trade. So it was actually Matt Castle and Mike Vrabel went to the Chiefs for a second round pick.
Jeez.
So you're actually talking about like, and again, Matt Castle put together an 11-6 season. So you're kind of
a lot. The return was nice.
Yeah, return.
Not enough though. Hold on one second. I got to push pause.
Anyway, alrighty. Jet fans are trying to wrap stuff up pretty soon here, but yeah, it's grim. But I do like Dom's idea of next week. Maybe we give it our first shot. So next week it'll be the week before the bye. Actually, that's a perfect time to be. So next week, it's not the trade deadline yet. Next week will be, we'll probably do it on Tuesday again. So next week, the 28th, trade deadline will be the following week. We'll probably be back on that following. We'll probably do Tuesdays moving forward. Depending on Dom's schedule, I don't want to speak for him. But we'll probably give like a little recap of NFL trade deadline, and he's back. So yeah, so I like your idea. So we got the next couple weeks. We could do some fun stuff on this podcast. So next week on the 28th, we'll do our little save the franchise type of.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
Kind of put something together for that. And then the following week, the 4th, we'll do it again. We'll do it on Tuesdays moving forward.
Okay.
Because then the 4th is the trade deadline, so we'll know more or less everything.
What time does the trade deadline end on the 4th?
I want to say it's 4 p.m. I think it's like 4 p.m.
Oh, that would have been awesome if it was 8 p.m. We'd be live watching crap and like announcing it.
Yeah, you would know everything. You would know everything well before that. But I'm pretty sure the trade deadline is at 4 p.m. So we'll come on a couple hours to be able to react to But I mean, I'm pretty sure that everything will be done well before that because teams generally want to get those trades done earlier on so that they can get the players into the building for that first practice on Wednesday.
True.
Physicals, all that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In some cases, they may not play that first week, but ideally they want them in the building with enough time to get ready. Although look, guys like Joe Flacco and Baker Mayfield, they show up 24 hours later on Thursday Night Football. And
didn't Mayfield have like a friggin' phenomenal game after that? Didn't he get traded 24 hours? Right? Yeah. And he started for Tampa.
Yeah, and a game-winning drive.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was a game-winning field goal drive, if I remember right. For the
Rams.
I love
that kid, man.
Not for Tampa, for the Rams.
Oh, yes, it was for the Rams. Right. I love that kid, dude. That kid is all grit, dude. He's all everything.
Have you watched that show on Prime, The Undercovers?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch it. It's actually pretty funny.
What is it about?
So there's 3 episodes so far. So one episode was Baker Mayfield, where he goes undercover, like at some fan event, pretending to be a fan of the team. And you just walk around with a bunch of fans, and you gotta watch it. There's some good stuff to it. One of the things that was really nice. What happened?
What is it called again?
It's called The Undercovers.
The Undercovers on Prime? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I gotta check it out.
Yeah, one of the cool ones with the Baker Mayfield one, there was this old lady, like an old lady Bucks fan, whatever, and she was like so happy about like them re-signing Baker Mayfield or whatever, and she was like all like happy for him and like kept like, and she didn't even know he was there, and she's like, yeah, I'm really happy that he's back and really happy for him and his family. They just got a baby girl and this and that, and like he almost like broke character a little bit. And he's like, oh, that's really nice of you, like, and like almost like kind of broke character because like it's like he doesn't even know. She's like, well, like, you know, just a fan out of nowhere, like kind of like embracing and being happy. But the funnier one you got to watch is Justin Jefferson. Dude, he goes undercover and pretend to be a photographer, and he's having like not even shitting you, like a 4-minute conversation with the GM and the guy, the GM of the team.
Oh my god!
Pretending
there's no way. There's no way.
No, it was legit. The guy
makeup
had no
on
idea.
And everything, or
what happened?
Did he have makeup on and everything, or no?
It was makeup, and they put like that like face filler stuff, like that. So he looked a little fatter in the face, especially he has like a very narrow face and everything too. But it was really funny because like he's like, oh, like GM, what does that stand for? And he's like, general manager. He's like, oh, I thought it meant good man. And then he's like going into, he's like, I don't really know about football, but he's like, how's Justin Jefferson? Where's he at? And GM's like, I don't know where he's at. He's like, I heard he's really good. And I heard he's got some nice teeth like these. Because he has like the diamond teeth. And still the guy was like, yeah, he's got teeth like that. And then the GM left the room, like nothing there. So you had to pull him back in again. And I forget what triggered it. And he's like, oh shit. He's like,
it's you.
No, you gotta watch. It's pretty funny. And the Michael Parsons one I thought was kind of lame.
What happened?
There was another one with Michael Parsons too. I wasn't crazy about that one, but the Baker Mayfield one I thought was pretty cool. And then the Justin Jefferson one was really funny.
I gotta watch them. Yeah. What are they doing every week?
I think it's just a few episodes. Like,
okay, got you.
It's based off of I don't know if you heard about the story with Eli. Like I want to say it was like a year ago, maybe 2 years. Huh?
When he went to that tryout?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hysterical.
So they made
that was the best thing I ever seen in my life.
Yeah, so they made a few things kind of like to kind of go off of that. You know what I mean?
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah,
that was funny as shit.
Yeah, no, you gotta watch it. It's pretty funny stuff. So anyway, sorry, we talked about Quincy. We talked about
Breeze, Quinnen possibly. Another guy is our nickel guy, Carter, third or the second, whatever you want to call him.
Basically, my whole thing on this: if you don't think he's going to be here next year, get him out. Yeah, I mean, like if you just don't, if he has a cap situation, you might want to cut him. Get him out. Unless it's a situation where like for example, and we didn't talk about him, but John Simpson's another one that potentially could get traded. But like if someone's offering you a 4th or a 3rd round pick for John Simpson,
take it.
Take it.
Take it and run. But you can replace a guard in the 3rd round for sure.
Yeah.
In the 4th round for sure.
However, if you think John Simpson's getting like $30 million a year in free agency, then you got that. You get comp picks for that, which I know he's not.
Yeah, but that's for the following year. We need our picks now.
Yeah,
we need our picks now.
No, I agree there, but
he ain't get no $30 million.
No, he's not. At the most,
maybe
probably somewhere between
11, 12,
6 to 8 million.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he gets that high. We'll see. Sometimes you don't even realize like how crazy the market gets. Like I remember the year where who was it? It was the year that the Dolphins had the 2 guards going for agency, Robert Hunt, and I forget the other one.
Oh, I remember that.
And then the Eagles had someone too, one of their linemen going into free agency. I forget which one it was. Right before free agency started, they gave that guy like
$24 million.
Huge contract. So what ended up happening because of that, all of a sudden that guard market that you were thinking, all right, we'll get a guard for like $14, $16 million. These guards are going for like 16, 18. Wow. Robert Hunt signed a fucking massive contract. He made out for that for sure. So you never know sometimes, but John Simpson's still like that like lower tier, middle tier player that's, going to dwindle around $6 to $8 million on 1 to 2 year contracts. No one's giving him a 4-year contract with, 40 million guaranteed or anything like that. You know what I mean? So that's probably like, there's not a player on the Jets that you look at and say, okay, that's a comp pick guy.
No, he's definitely something. If someone calls for a John Simpson, and hey, listen, and let's say you get a 3rd or 4th, like you're saying, you got to trade it.
No, not 3rd and a 4th.
No, a 3rd or a 4th.
Yeah.
Okay, you trade them away. Okay, because you know what? I'll be honest with you. The Jets next year will be sitting in the top 3, top 4 in the draft for sure. Right? Bro, that 2nd round, there are going to be players that fall, and most likely are going to be those trenchmen, like the guards, the centers that fall. And you could pick up a stud that's supposed to be a top level, maybe a top 20 pick, come out to the 2nd round, boom, you got your guard for the next 10 years, and boom. I mean, I don't want to pick a guard in the 2nd round, but if, like, let's say someone that falls to you, though, and he's like an anchor for sure, and he's like, evaluated as a top 15, 20 pick, you might have to jump the gun there and take him.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be fun next week. Trying to friggin'
I
know it sucks.
Oh,
I know it sucks to be doing this in mid-October or late October.
What else do we have to look forward to?
But it's gonna be interesting. And we should try and do it like maybe we should do like a monthly, like end of the month, like state of the franchise, whatever, like a because obviously our opinions are going to change. Like I don't know how detailed you want to go into it, whatever. But are we talking like hiring coaches doing shit? Like, are we like?
I don't think so. I honestly, I do not. I don't see Woody getting rid of him this year. Now next year, if he starts off really bad, dude, like if they like go 1-5 in the first 6 games, dude, he's getting fired.
It's fair. So let's read the room. Like, obviously, if the Jets go 0-8, I still don't think that's enough to say he's out, but maybe at the end of November, if they're 0-12 or whatever the case may be, maybe you start kind of teeter-tottering, and even then, I think you're still
Anthony, the guy, if even like I said, how many games do you think they're going to win? Let's say at most you think they're going to win 2 or 3. What's the difference between 2 and 3 and nothing?
All right. So you got Quinnen Williams, Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson. You got 18 first-round picks on the offensive line.
Well,
you got –
they're not playing like it, though.
Although he's missed a lot of time. You paid Brandon Stevens. You chose to pay Brandon Stevens.
He's been playing, though.
You chose to pay Justin Fields.
Well,
whether or not these players are good or bad, whatever, it was you said Justin Fields is a better option for me today
than Aaron Rodgers
long term than Aaron Rodgers. And let's be real, like Justin Fields is out in 7 games. Aaron Rodgers still playing football. Last I checked.
I mean, listen, as a Jet fan, I was not. Oh God, I'm sorry. I'm saying
I'm just going down names of players that he paid. Like This team
1-year deals.
Hmm?
Cisco was a 1-year deal.
Still $10 million that you could put towards a receiver.
No, hey, listen, you were better off paying a receiver 15, 16 million as a number 2. And then I would have just threw a rookie in friggin' the safety. I mean, they're doing that now anyway. They got, what's his name out there? What's his name? Moore, right? Malachi Moore?
Yeah.
He's playing safety. So we could have took another 5th rounder or 4th rounder, play another safety. Dude, there are ways to fix this team, dude. You know what? It's funny, like how the Jets fandom knows. I feel like we know better than the actual team. Like, if you listen to all of us, like, that's why this is going to be fun next week, how to fix the Jets, right? Like, Woody, just take a page out of our book, bro. Listen to us once, just once. You know.
Well, it's funny you say that because that was actually part of Woody's comments. Did you hear that one?
Oh, no. What did he say?
Trying to pull it up again. He said, fuck. Hold on, let me look it up. Someone asked him, like, what do you say, like, about the Jet fans that are losing faith or whatever?
Do you think he actually looks into this shit?
So he goes, Woody Johnson, what would you all right, so the question was around Woody Johnson, what would you say to the fans that have lost hope? If they're a true Jets fan, that's not a question you ask. They've been at it for a long time. They know exactly what's going on. I think they're the smartest fans in the world. They're the smartest fans in the world because they know what's going on. So hey, listen. I don't know which fans he's talking about, but you can't go to that podium or whatever the hall he was in, and on one second say you think Glenn's got everything going the right direction, or whatever the case may be, or you have faith because the quarterback sucked basically, and then turn around the very next statement and say Jet fans know what the fuck they're talking about. They know what's going on. When we all know what's going on, we all know that you again hired the wrong coach.
I mean, so all right, we'll talk about Woody for a second, and then we'll talk about the coach hiring part real quick. So Woody Johnson, is he listen, I mean, a lot of people hate the fucking guy, and I get it. You know, what has he done? But remember his early years, dude. He took us to the playoffs a lot of times. Okay? He spends money, man. The guy spends money. It's not his fault he can't bring in the right people. Dude, they even hired mechanic. What was his name over there? Friggin' Tannenbaum and this fucking regime, like search coaching thing that said, listen, the third that brought Aaron Glenn to us and whoever, Muji. All right, guess what? You know, it worked great last year for 2 teams, not for the Jets. Bro, the Jets are cursed, bro. And that's it. It's going to take a miracle to fix us. But it's not over. There is still light at the end of the tunnel. Okay? Listen, you know, everybody feels, huh?
Is it a train?
I don't know what it is. It's something. It's coming at us. But my thing is, it can't get any worse, right? Can it get worse? I mean, listen, I think honestly, at most we're winning. Listen, are we finishing 0-17? Probably not. But I feel like we're going to win 1 game. 1-16 is a possibility. I don't see 2 wins on that team. I don't see 2 wins.
We talked about it earlier. I mean, they're gonna squeeze out a couple wins down. Like we looked at their schedule again. And I mean, again, we talked about it. Like the Cleveland game. Yeah,
Cleveland winning that game, dude.
I don't think we are.
No, there's no way. Even if Cleveland plays a subpar, let's say their defense is 50-50 that day, we still ain't scoring on them. You understand that? That's the problem. We can't score points. So forget about Cleveland. The winnable games, honestly, is only 2 teams on our schedule that we may squeeze one: Miami or New Orleans. That is it. The rest of those teams, forget. Don't even think about it. They're not winning those games. Those are 2 games we can win. And that's it. And both, one is at in New York, of course, in the colder weather against Miami. Miami still could win. I mean, that's the way, but the Jets probably would find their first win there. The Saints game, it's in New Orleans. It's a coin flip. And you're right. Rattler looks good. I mean, he's not the best quarterback in the league or nothing like that, but he's better than what we have. And he'll
what about Jaguars?
Huh?
What about Jaguars?
Jaguars are going to beat us, dude.
I'm not saying that they won't. I'm just saying you put the Jaguars as like a guarantee.
Their defense is going to annihilate us, bro. That's the problem. Their defense is much better than your offense. I mean, they haven't showed it in the last two. They're starting to come back to normal. They're starting to come back to norm, right? But that defense is going to embarrass us, bro. I mean, I know that game is going to be in New York, right?
Everyone's defense. No, it's in Florida.
Oh, is it? Oh, we got to go to that game then. We're paper bags on our head where we go.
Right.
Well, they did 3 games in Florida this year. Jeez, when was the last time that happened?
This year.
Wow, the first time probably too.
Yeah. One more game. I'm just gonna throw this out there. Week 18.
That's not happening. Do you think Buffalo? Let me tell you something. Watch fucking Patriots might win this division. Okay, but they're gonna be there till the end. It's not gonna be an easy game. That game could come down to Buffalo may need to win to get to that spot.
They might, but if they don't,
all right, you think all right? So you think, hold on, but even if they don't, let's say they don't win the division, they still want that better seed.
Potentially, but they may not have anything to play for. May not.
Yeah, even they have nothing to play for. Beat the Jets. You understand that, bro? Their second team is starters on that whole second team is probably starters on our team, maybe outside of 5 players. Do you know that?
I'm just saying. I mean, I agree with you.
You're right. You're right. It's one of those games the Jets could find a fucking way to win. And you know what? At that time, if you're going into that game and you know Aaron Glenn's not going to be here next year, you fire him that day. I don't want him to go in there and try to win that game at that point. Dude, I would tell, as the owner, Woody Johnson, you know, as much as people don't like him, that's the game he needs to come down and take over the team and say, all right, I'm putting all my third stringers in there. I'm calling Simeon, come on quarterback for a day. I want that first pick at that point. I don't want to win that game to go from 1 to 3. You understand what I'm saying?
Jacksonville did it for Trevor that year. Remember Minshew got healthy.
I mean, listen, it could have been great. It could have been better for Jacksonville if he turned out. But I don't want to take any chances with that. If you have, let's say, at the end of the year, come week 17, week 18, Mendoza is definitely the number 1 guy. And then the next quarterback is like, all right, maybe he would have been like a 3rd quarterback pick, you know, in last year's draft. I don't want that guy. I want the guy. When did we get the guy? Never. We've never got the guy. We got Darnold. We thought he was the guy. You know, and he actually is the guy. Right now he's fucking lighting it up in Seattle. But, you know, that's a whole different story.
I mean, listen, there's been a lot of time since Darnold was playing quarterback till now. He had his opportunity. I mean, it just didn't work out. I mean, don't forget he was that quarterback for the entire 2-14 season. So I mean,
he went to the Shanahan school, man.
You can say what you want about whether or not he was supposed to be the guy or blah blah blah. All that stuff is fine and all, but at the end of the day, just in a situation, what were they going to do? Were they not going to pick quarterback? Like, they just picked. I mean, I wouldn't even say they picked the wrong quarterback because all four of them sucked.
They do. Well, Matt Jones is starting to come to life now, dude. I don't know if he sucks anymore. But he went to Shanahan, bro. Let me tell you something. That kid, I'll tell you, if they didn't have Purdy, he'd be the guy there for sure.
Who?
Matt Jones. Dude, he's lighting it up over there. I'm not saying he's like Dan Marino or not like that, but he's playing good football. He's making plays. He's playing like Brock Purdy, bro. Exactly like Brock. So that's just a Shanahan. Dude, I'll tell you right now, I would trade right now if it was even an opportunity, okay? After this year, we keep our first this year, but next year's first, the following year's first, and the 3 years of first-round picks, I want Shanahan on the Jets. I want him to pick his quarterback this year and then trade away our first-round picks for the next 3 years. That guy is worth every friggin' first-rounder. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, but
I know you, but there's always a but. I get it, but to have that guy, dude, come on. But understand, it's probably like a 3-4 years before. Not even. He turned that team around in 2-3 years, dude. 2-3 years, it'd be a completely different team. You know, it'd be like the Detroit Lions went from 1-15 to 7-10 to like boom, they were a playoff team. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. I mean, if the Jets were to keep Glenn this year, which I think they will, bro, they have to win 7-8 games next year. And if let's say they win 7 games or 6 games, but how they lose them, if they were losing them in battles, I feel good. But if they get freaking blown out like this all the time, the offense doesn't look like shit, that's gonna suck, dude.
I don't disagree with you.
It looks good, man. It looks good. 15. Who was 15 for us? Tebow,
McCown. I actually looked this up to see if there was any like notable Jet players to wear 15.
Oh my gosh!
Because that'll be his number if he ends up being the guy.
Hey man, doesn't look bad, dude. You know what? He's a big boy too. He's 6'5".
Yeah, 6'5", 225.
Dude, he's got the right mechanics, dude. That's the thing. And you know what? You've been watching a lot of him lately, and I'm going to start doing the same thing. But yeah, man, I'm all.
If you're trying to find something to build off of, you got to watch. My favorite game so far was Stanford versus Cal last year. The guy took a beating all day long. Not only did he take a beating, but that offensive line had so many false starts, so many penalties, and every single time he just kept getting back into the rhythm, back into it. They found themselves in a 14-point hole, and he eventually led them back. But that was probably like the most impressive one I've seen so far out of him. I mean, I liked his performance against Oregon. I think there was issues there for sure. I mean, obviously the pick six, but his fourth quarter coming back after the pick six, kind of worked his way back into it. But then you also got to put a little bit on Dante Moore. He kind of fell apart that game in the fourth quarter. So, was it,
when was the last time Indiana was even relevant in college football?
Long time.
Right. So hear about that. So that has a lot to say about it. Bro, it's a quarterback.
They came into the season ranked 20th, and they've gone through the entire slate so far.
Right? Now they're number 2.
And it's not even like they're just beating a bunch of scrub teams. They beat Illinois when Illinois was ranked 9th. And yeah, Illinois isn't a good team. They've kind of fall. But preseason rankings.
They were ranked.
Yeah, they were ranked. Penn State was ranked 6th. Or were they ranked 3rd? I forget what it was. Oregon was ranked 3rd.
Yeah.
Oregon was ranked 3rd. Like,
who else they got coming up? Any other big games they have coming up?
Oh, no, he didn't beat Penn State yet. There was another game. He has Penn State coming up, but Penn State's kind of they're falling apart this year. Plus, Drew Hour's injured, so you're gonna that's probably a walk in the park now. What was the other game Indiana beat? There was another game Indiana had this year that
Northwestern.
No.
Michigan.
Northwestern's garbage.
Michigan.
And Michigan State was a solid game. So yeah.
This is what I meant.
I didn't even know they played Notre Dame in a bowl game last year. I'll have to look at that and see what. I didn't even notice that.
Who won that game?
Notre Dame 20. Oh, that was a college football playoff.
Oh, was he even on that team?
No, that's right. He was still at Cal. Never mind.
Yeah. But you know what? You know what's fun? Who do they have remaining on their schedule this year? Indiana.
The big games that they have left are
Penn State.
Penn State. I just mentioned. Maryland can be. I like their quarterback too, but I think he's a freshman though. But Wisconsin could be a pain in the ass. I mean, they got some games worth watching. UCLA.
Always.
UCLA kind of sucks this year, but
But still, the big programs though, they're not shit programs. It's not like you're going up against.
They've got big programs for sure. They got if you're going big programs, UCLA, Maryland, Penn State, and Wisconsin, all big.
Those are big programs. It's not like you're going up against, like you said, like BYU, the Jets.
Which BYU solid this year, actually.
Oh, they really?
They just beat Utah last week. Upset Utah.
We're gonna get their quarterback. Let's go again.
No, I'm really hoping he kind of finishes it up and has a date with Ohio State for the Big Ten championship game. That will be worth the watch because Ohio State
that'll cement him at that first pick.
Ohio State's defense is elite, and if he can prove to be, and even if he has a bad game, it's not like you can really shit on him. But listen, he hasn't had a bad game. Like that's my thing. Like I haven't looked at a game. I mean, outside of his freshman year, he had a 3 interception game against Utah. But Utah had an elite defense back then, and it was his first year as a starter. But since last year, like if you just purely just Google worst game by Mendoza in 2024 and 2025, it'll literally tell you like he hasn't had bad games, but you can argue that FSU was a struggle for him, and it was. FSU was definitely a struggle for him.
That's another big program too. It's not like he's struggling against like shit teams. You know what I'm saying?
His problem last year that I've noticed a lot, and he's corrected it. His problem was he was having issues with a falling out linebacker, like a linebacker that starts up like at the line of scrimmage and kind of works his way back. He wasn't seeing it. Oh. That's not an issue for him this year, at least not that I've seen so far. I haven't looked at all of his games, but he hasn't thrown interceptions. He's thrown 2 all year. He's thrown 2 interceptions all season long.
Good quarterbacks have it.
No, he's got it 2 years. He's got it, but he's got a good coach over there too. Curt Cignetti's turned that Indiana program around in 2 seasons that he's been there. I guess they finished last year ranked 10th, so they did have a good year last year, but they weren't expected to be much better this year. They started the season ranked 20th for a reason, and he's brought them up. I mean, he's made those receivers look really, really good. I think they are good receivers there too, but they're not like Ohio State. They're not going to be like first-round guys. But Surratt, listen, if you're the Jets,
first round we pick Mendoza, second round Surratt. Why not?
If you're the Jets, you're looking at that as a potential thing because Surratt looks
good,
solid. He's not going to be like a number 1 top tier, but this guy's got a reputation with him. He's got some familiarity, and like I said, and the thing about Mendoza that I like a lot too, the guy knows how to throw the back shoulder. Ooh. He does it a lot. Like it's in his repertoire, and he does it all day long. And that is the most painful for a defensive back because you could be playing elite coverage, and if you throw that back shoulder where both players are in stride, there's no way a defensive player can cover that. It's hard.
Yeah, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just assume, all right, the Jets ended with the first pick of the draft.
Uh-huh.
And let's just say the consensus number 1 pick is Mendoza. Mm-hmm. What are your odds that the Jets will pick Mendoza with the first pick? Like if you had to throw a number at it, like is it 99, 98%, 95%? Do you feel like
there's still a lot of time? I don't think any of these guys has really separated them yet. I think Mendoza's working his way towards that. If you ask me today, and like the season ended today, and the Jets had the first pick, Mendoza's your guy, and I think there's a gap between him and Ty Simpson and Dante Moore, but I have to watch more of Ty Simpson. He started 6 games in college.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh man, fuck that.
So that's hard, like. But you know what? He looks like he's been playing for 4 years. Like you wouldn't even notice that he's only been playing for 6 games. He went into Georgia in his 3rd start, I think, 3rd or 4th start into Georgia, and controlled that game from start to finish. That says a lot. Georgia's defense isn't what it was. They're having a little bit of a down year this year, but it's still hard to go into Georgia and win a game.
No, for sure.
I think that's their only loss in the season is against Alabama that game. Dante Moore, I think he's I think he's really good. I just think he'd benefit from another year in college. Because his first year as a starter for Oregon, he started a few years back too.
That was,
I haven't watched any of his old film.
Didn't Gabriel Gillen come out of it? Dylan?
Yeah, so exactly. So this is Dante Moore's first year as a starter.
Yeah.
He was at a different school before this. I forget what school he was at before, but
okay.
And I haven't watched any of his old film either. And that's 2 years ago. So he was a backup last year behind Gabriel all year.
Oh, okay.
And then the year before, I forget where he was at. But
dude, he just got all the tools, man.
Huh?
I mean, this Mendoza kid's just got all the tools. 6'5",
he's got experience. 3 years as a starter.
Yeah, I mean,
3 years as and 3 years as a starter behind you when he was at Cal, that team had problems. That team had offensive line problems. The receivers were okay. They were pretty good. I mean, he had a reputation with the guy Brazel or whatever his name was. 83 on Cal. Hit him pretty consistently, especially down the field. That was one of his top guys over there. But the offensive line, man, every time I watched it, I was like, this guy's taking a beating. He's getting up every single time, and he's making solid plays. He's my number one right now. And my issue is, like, every time I watch a game, it's like, okay, I got to watch another one. I just got to make sure what I'm seeing, like, out of this guy is real. And I'm looking for, like, the mistakes and the problems. He looks like a guy that's built to play quarterback, and it's just hard to kind of ignore that.
How's his arm?
I mean, he's accurate as all hell. He's not gonna throw an 80-yard bomb, 60-yard bomb, but he can chuck it up there. It's not like he doesn't have a noodle. He can throw the deep ball. But his biggest attribute is he gets the ball of players when they're still in motion.
Or accuracy was his big thing.
He hits them in stride. I'm telling you, that back shoulder, every single time he throws it, I gotta send you.
Yeah, send me some stuff.
I gotta send you.
I gotta start watching some of this kid, man. Listen,
last week,
we're in October already thinking this shit. But hey,
from last week, I think I forwarded it to you actually already. But I'll send it to you again.
All right.
But last week he had a back shoulder to. I want to say it was Surratt. I think it was. And man, it wasn't even a full back shoulder. It was just one of those things, like, he hit him, like, Surratt was starting to turn, and he didn't even have to high point or anything like that. The ball just kind of, like, placed perfectly. The defender was right there.
They threw it nice lollipop.
Yeah. You want to talk about, hitting wide receivers when they're open? Yeah, you need to do that. But hitting receivers when they're covered and putting the ball in the right spot, that's something that you need to really search on, because that's the real thing. Yeah. And again, you got to do it against good opposition. I can't wait to see what he does against Ohio State if they end up playing him. That will be a game I'm watching. I'm watching live. I want to get a live reaction on that for sure, because
we should do it live. If they go, we should do it live on TV, bro. We go live.
I don't even know what.
By that time, we'll know if the Jets have that first pick locked in almost.
No, you'd still have.
That would be playoffs, you said, right?
No, that would be the Big 12 championship game.
Oh shoot! So that'll happen like late November, maybe early December.
Late November, the first week. It's usually the last week of November, like right.
Yeah.
So usually what happens is, like, that weekend of Thanksgiving is usually like Michigan, Ohio State would play in that weekend, and then it's usually the following weekend.
You know what sucked though? Let's say Ohio State beats them. Will they get out of? Would they miss out the opportunity to get into that playoff?
No, because I think like 16 teams get in now or something like that. Some crazy 16? Number.
Holy crap!
I gotta look it up. So December 6th is the Big 12. How many teams get into college football playoffs?
So it was 8 teams.
Huh?
I thought it was 8.
I thought they were talking about expanding it. Maybe they didn't expand it. 12 teams.
Oh, 12? Interesting.
Yeah, I knew it was a big number. But yeah, if his only loss is to Ohio State, here's the thing too, and I think I said this last year too, and I'm surprised they didn't do this, but the College Football Playoff Committee probably wants like the quarterbacks in there, because it's not like, I mean, obviously you get your championship teams get in, and that's like 4 automatic bids.
Right.
But then the other 8 teams are at large bids. Like it's just about, it's a committee. It's like it's always been. It's like
fan favorite.
Yeah. So if you're the college football playoff committee, don't you want all the good quarterbacks in there? That's why I was so shocked when when Miami lost last year to Syracuse. Like they lost by a few points. Not like they got blew out or anything like that, whatever. I think that was their only loss, or maybe they lost a game earlier in the year. I was surprised
to see Cam Ward in there,
Exactly. I'm surprised they didn't put Miami in there just for the sheer fact of it's Cam Ward. And granted, people are going to watch the games no matter what, but you get more eyes on a top tier quarterback, especially a guy who's going to go number 1 overall. So I was kind of surprised there. And then I'm not saying Cam Ward's career is like done or shot or anything like that. I'm not doing anything like that.
His first year, dude.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying maybe seeing him against top-notch defenses, top-notch opponents gives you a little bit more that you wouldn't have seen against. And he played outstanding last year against good teams. I'm not taking that away. And again, he still has a lot of time. But imagine that, like the evaluation you have now that you haven't had in the past. Because last year was the first year they did the extended playoffs. They had 4 teams for a bunch of years. Last year was the first year with 12. But this year, I think they're going to probably do it the right way. I think Dante Moore and Oregon is going to make it in for sure. I mean, unless there's any sort of falling out. Indiana should probably make it. Alabama's probably going to make it.
Yeah, they are. That'd be fun.
Georgia's probably. I don't know if Gunnar Stockton's a draft eligible player or not.
What about LSU?
Huh?
LSU.
Nah, LSU's done.
Like Nussmeier.
Nah, they're out. I mean, they'll get a bowl game. And who knows if they even play, because the players don't even play the bowl games anymore unless it's the playoffs.
Oh, that sucks.
But you're talking about the college football playoff. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, if Mendoza doesn't win and he loses Dante Moore, you pick Dante Moore. No. But it might be a situation where you're looking at these teams and it's like, holy shit, like it's hard to ignore what Fernando Mendoza is doing in the playoffs, or it's hard to ignore what Dante Moore is doing against Ohio State's like elite defense. Like these are going to be major conversations to have, like for a scout general manager. Like you're going to have so much film against top-notch opponents that you never had before. So
that's for sure.
We'll see what happens. Anyway, but I like your idea for the.
Then we got off track just a bit.
Well, when you start talking, you can't bring Mendoza to me. I've watched way too much. I'm like,
no, I know you are. You're all hyped up about.
I'm like, I gotta give some of these other quarterbacks love, whatever. But the problem is, like, he's got 3 years of film. These other guys only have like a year.
Yeah,
tops.
Hey, you know what? You're starting from the top, and you're gonna work your way down, and then you're gonna watch them all. I know you are.
Yeah, I mean, I still watched. I watched 2 games of Moore and 2 games of Simpson, and both I'm impressed with. Again, I just got it. I mean, 6 starts for Simpson isn't really enough. And I mean, if Aaron Glenn is the guy here, doesn't the Parcells model say you want a guy that started?
No, for sure it's Mendoza if that's the case. I mean, he's all Goff 2.0. They're saying already. They
like to say with Dante Moore that he has the highest ceiling.
Yeah,
but you know what? Like, I'm kind of tired of that. Like I know you want to draft a guy number 1. You want to project a franchise quarterback. Obviously, that's what you want. But isn't the most important thing drafting a guy that's a good quarterback now, and going into the season, you have a guy that knows how to play the position, is confident, and can build on that confidence, and then see what happens from there. See how it tracks out. You don't know what a guy's going to be. Did anybody know Patrick Mahomes is going to be a 3-time winning Super Bowl quarterback?
Hey, listen, didn't Tom Brady? What right on did Tom Brady get picked? 4th, 5th?
Yeah, and that's an example.
Greatest quarterback ever. Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. Okay, I mean, come on. There's
you never know what these guys.
The scouts of like scouts not knowing what the fuck they're talking about.
The scouts like to throw these like buzzwords
I'm not saying they don't know, but they strike out a lot though.
Oh yeah, for sure. NFL ready quarterback.
Right.
He has the highest ceiling, lowest floor. Didn't they say that Zach Wilson? And his floor was damn fucking low, man. Or sorry, highest ceiling, highest floor, whatever the fuck they say.
Yeah,
like it's like, come on, like. But Fernando Mendoza just looks every bit like
No, he's
he knows
6'5".
how to play. Like he knows how to play.
He's a machine. 6'5" machine, dude. That right off the bat makes it sound really good. That's why I fell in love with Aller. You know what I'm saying? That kid's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
You know?
The one knock I have on Mendoza so far, and
mobility.
Well, the mobility, you know what it is? He's mobile enough. He can get you first downs. Some people project him as like a 4.85, 4.9 guy. He looks like he might be a little bit faster than that.
It's not bad, 4.85. I mean, for somebody 6'5" as a quarterback, pocket guy.
He's got strides. He's got long strides.
Yeah.
So I think he makes up for it there. I don't know. We'll see at the combine, but he probably runs like 4.7, somewhere around there. I don't think he gets to 4.6. But the one knock I have for him is that his accuracy does tend to drop when he's on that second to third read. That was a major problem.
Now you're throwing the ball quicker by that point. You know that, right?
What?
You're throwing the ball a lot quicker now.
Yeah, and that's a problem I saw last year. I haven't watched enough of the games this year that I've seen that being a problem. It seems like it's improved. But last year, his accuracy dipped.
You said the third read?
Second or third.
Oh, second or third, okay.
Yeah. His accuracy dips when he gets to the second or third read. And again, it's because you're under pressure, whatever.
This is young too.
But this season, I'm not seeing it as much being a problem as it was. I wouldn't say it was glaring, but it was definitely obvious last year. This year, like I haven't seen it being a problem as much as last. So maybe it's something he cleaned up. Better
Hopefully.
coaching around him.
We'll see. We're gonna be watching a lot more of this kid now. I guarantee that.
Yeah. Well, it was fun. We did 2 hours, bro. Can you believe that shit?
Yeah, it's awesome. Hey, we know we spoke about a lot of good things.
Yeah. So it was exciting. All right. But yeah, have your stuff ready for next week. I'll send you that video I told you about. But yeah, stick on for a minute.
So next week we're gonna be how to fix the. So we're GMs of the Jets.
Well, it's probably not Muji, so they're probably higher.
But we'd be like GMs of the Jets and how we would fix our team.
All right.
All right, brother.
All right. Talk to you guys later. Appreciate you guys joining. Let's go Jets.
Go Jets.